Six minutes after 6 a.m. My name is Nachum Siegel. Welcome to a Thursday. This is your Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program. Here we are in Paris after what has been a months-long process of bringing what we call the Jewish Unity Initiative to the City of Lights. By the time you hear this broadcast, most of you, I would assume, will have seen at least part of the concert entitled Let There Be Light, the Concert of Jewish Unity, a concert that has lit up Wednesday evening, the city of Paris and the Great Synagogue of Paris. We are joined by an amazing delegation, a delegation that includes people from France and people from the United States and people from Israel, all here together in a Jewish Unity Initiative that delivers one very simple message. When Jews are in a challenging situation anywhere on this globe, their brothers and sisters care. Beyond that, with the attacks of November the 13th fresh in the minds of everybody around the world, and for sure everybody here in Paris, we spent some time, and that is where the audio came from before Moda'ani this morning, we spent some time at different memorials over the last couple of days, including the very, very large one at the Bataclan Theater in Paris. And that's where that selection done by youngster Uzia Tzadok was recorded. And we felt to gather together with everybody, Jew and non-Jew alike, and to stress that we are all one. Those who are freedom-loving, those who want to live in peace and harmony are as one in light of these attacks, are as one in the face of the enemy. And this message, which has been making an international impression over the last couple of weeks, and has been met with so much support and enthusiasm by our listeners and those who take great pride in our work, is spreading throughout the entire world. And that brings us to today, Thursday morning. And you'll hear about the concert. Later on, you'll hear details about what happened last night and some of the things that were so inspiring. You'll hear plenty of that during this show, and I'm sure over the next few weeks as well. There are people that are traveling with us, very prominent members of the community who are going to be joining to emphasize this message and who are going to be taking great pride in what we've been able to accomplish. Yes, us, the little engine that could at the Nachum Siegel Network, making an international splash on one of the most important topics of our day, and that is Jewish unity. We wanted to light up this world on Hanukkah, to take these candles of Hanukkah and allow them to shine forth and to eliminate the darkness. And we are doing our little part to do just that. More coming up with some of our special guests, more music, and, of course, a review of last night's concert, all happening on a Thursday morning broadcast from Paris. You are listening to JM in the AM.
Tikkun Beit Tefillah
How did the Maccabeats make it into our post-concert broadcast? Well, we have a very special guest, and I think because everyone knows that the Maccabeats are from Yeshiva University, and that's where they were founded, you could understand why we went ahead and sandwich this conversation that we're about to have between a couple of great Chanukah selections from the Yeshiva University Maccabeats. The first person that we approached to join us in Paris when it was really just a dream, when we were getting no enthusiasm, when people thought we were absolutely crazy to try to make this happen in the City of Lights, the first person we turned to, not only for his words of encouragement, but to actually join us here, President Richard Joel of Yeshiva University. And before he speaks, I will tell everybody that I never realized how badly I really wanted him with us until we saw him here on Wednesday for the first time. And then it struck me how meaningful it is to me that he is part of this incredible mission. President Richard Joel, happy Hanukkah. Thank you for spending some of your Hanukkah with us here in Paris.
It's great. It's my great pleasure, Nachum, and I'm honored to be with you. And I'm glad that I gave you that sense of enthusiasm, but I also did think you were crazy. And I'm not sure I've changed my view.
That may be the case still now that you think we're crazy. There's nothing like simplicity. In the media, we would say there's nothing like a soundbite. In your area of expertise, the world of higher education, you would say there's nothing like being able to, in a very simplistic form, convey a message to a student, to a colleague, or on a greater scale, to your student body or the community. And our message has been one that's very simple. And that is that if Jews are in any type of challenging situation on this globe, they need to know and feel that their brothers and sisters around the world care about them. And I never thought a simplistic message like this could get the momentum behind it that it has, but thank God it has.
People are hungry for meaning. Young people want to matter, and we forget about that, and we fill our lives with all kinds of noise. But occasionally, when a voice arises and says, this matters, and it's simple, and it's easy, there's a tremendous response that comes from people.
I said that on a couple of occasions over the last couple of weeks, including I think the time you were with us to introduce the fact that you were coming to Paris as part of this delegation, I said 98% of the people who we mentioned this concept to were enthusiastic about it. Now, some said, I don't know if that's such a positive thing. If 98% agree with you, it can't be that revolutionary, But I felt differently. I felt it was that 2% that objected, that really, really solidified and verified, there's another word I'm looking for, that gave its real stamp of approval to what we're doing. Because there's a small percentage who don't get it, but the majority of people in our community really understand it.
I think the word you were looking for was validation.
Validation, thank you.
Because I'm an educator.
Yes.
I could know that.
I needed
but you should know that because you're a graduate of Yeshiva University.
That's correct. It just slipped my mind for a moment.
Look, the truth is there are always people who are opposed. Some of them for articulable reasons, and others just because it's good to be opposed. It's nice if you're secure enough not to listen. My wife says when I get 39 compliments and one criticism, all I think about is the criticism.
I know what you
But
mean.
that's only now, once I'm secure. It was worse in the earlier days.
Right.
Look, I think what you're doing, the message and the timing are right. There's a lot of hardness in the world. I'm very aware of it because I spend my life investing in young people to build a better one. There's a lot of hardness in the world, a lot of toughness and meanness. And to the degree that there are clear messages, often they're messages without nuance, and they're ugly because they can be said in sound bites in a negative way.
No question
It's
about
so
it.
important and refreshing to have sound bites that carry with it more. And I think, frankly, the fact that there have been a year of tragic situations, particularly in France, for the Jewish community, and more recently for all of Paris.
Right.
And frankly, it's something that frightens all of us wherever we are.
Yeah, including the United States.
That to be able to be here on Hanukkah and to implicitly and explicitly share the message of Hanukkah. I mean, I think it goes back before the Maccabim, before the Maccabees, because if you look at, and certainly before my Maccabees, but if you look at the Torah, if you look at the 5 books of Moses, and you ask what are the first words that God ever speaks in the Torah, you know what they are?
Here.
Let there be light.
Yeah. Our theme.
Right? The
Our
first thing
theme.
before a human being is created is the mandate to create light out of dark and order out of chaos. And everything we do since then is to try to make that real. And I'm not sure you can order all the chaos around us right now, but you can illumine the good. You can play to the heart. And we can all do that. That's the message of Hanukkah.
The message is we hope that people do take this message and in their own way spread that light and in their own way eliminate the darkness, in their own way affect the lives of those in need, whether they be thousands of miles away in this case, far away from our families, or if they be next door.
I think there's another message that you have done, and you wouldn't say it, so I'll say it. This is something that wasn't in your interest to do. It was something that came from an enormous heart. And what you basically did is say, what do I do? What do I, Nachum Segal, do? And you said, I bring music into the world. I bring thoughtfulness into the world. I bring Torah into the world. I'm hurting by all this evil. Let me do what I do in a venue that makes a difference. So not only is that splendid, but it's also a lesson for everybody, because we can all bring what we do to a place where it can matter even more.
Don't leave me it. I'm going to hold you for another few minutes. You mentioned bringing it here. We are sitting in a side room of one of the most historic religious edifices in our history, and that is the Great Synagogue of Paris. You've been in the main sanctuary, what some people are calling, because of the Wednesday night concert, a combination sanctuary and concert hall, the way it's now situated. We are in such an incredibly historic building, in such an incredibly historic Jewish neighborhood, and such an incredibly historic Jewish part of the world. France is as we've said many times this week, is really the center of the diaspora. At least it was for centuries, the center of the diaspora. And it continues to be that way in many ways. And we are here with this message tonight. And people ask me, why the president of Yeshiva University? You've said, Nachum, that you opened the show and said the first person we approached was the president of Yeshiva University. And I think that the explanation that I've been giving to members of the media about what Jewish unity is what brought me to you first. They ask me, Concert for Jewish Unity, what's Jew? Everybody, of course, you know how the media is. A combination of tongue in cheek and sometimes a mean approach, right? And they said, what is this Jewish unity? I said, you know what Jewish unity is? We're never going to agree on everything. And across the Jewish spectrum, we have plenty of disagreement and a lot of very challenging issues that we take on. But Jewish unity is that when your brother or sister is knocked down, when they're knocked down, when it looks like they're down and out and don't know how they're going to recover, instead of kicking them when they're down, which is what others might do, instead of kicking them when they're down, we're there to give them a pick-me-up. And it could be any member of the community, from right to left, up and down. And I just felt that your institution, at least the way I know it, and you know how beloved it is to me, that your institution, and of course you as its leader, understand and share the same value. We have a lot going on in the Jewish world, and you and I could sit for hours talking about the schisms and the intense and heated discussions that go on across the spectrum. But I believe we're of the same mind that when our brothers or sisters are down and out, we are going to be there to do whatever possible for them.
Of course, it's always been true. I often joke that the Jewish people are better at division than they are at multiplication. But it's a serious thing. Hopefully, if we learn what we always do, which is we pull together at times of tsar, of bad times. Yeah. Somehow, it shouldn't be that much more difficult to pull together when there's not a crisis. It shouldn't be that difficult to learn to disagree agreeably. It shouldn't be that difficult to model civility. And I think that's the ultimate concern that we have, and one of the reasons that I was honored to be asked and happy to fly over here is to be part of that voice, that we have to be good and do good, and it creates good. You mentioned that the synagogue on the Rue de la Victoire is part of the great history of our people, and I think it's wonderful to always point that out. But I never hesitate to say that our history is only one part of the equation. Our destiny is what's in our hands. We can learn history. We can learn from history. History already is. The question is, what's destiny? Yeshiva University does all that it can, from having wonderful teachers and inspiring students and trying to get the public to support it so that it goes on, and doing all types of things like that. This Sunday we have our Hanukkah dinner in New York, right. if I get to go back to France then. And among the
things
we're doing...
Can you believe that you showed up here days before your biggest event of the year?
This is really sick, I just must tell you. And I don't know if it's because I'm intimidated because you're 7 feet tall, or because I see your soul, and I have a hard time saying no to that. And you know what? It's an honor. It's an honor.
Oh, and by the way, if you don't mind, when you see Mark Wilf on Sunday night, you can remind him how he and so many others have been so encouraging to us, have basically said whatever it is you need to make this happen in every which way, shape, and form. And you know how incredibly valuable their family has been to your institution.
Well, in fact, we're giving him an honorary degree
Correct.
On Sunday night,
Correct.
along with several others, and the governor of New York, and Rabbi Herb Dobrinsky, who I think has done things for every Jew in the city.
Yes.
And Ben Choak, who runs NORPAC, which is very important, and a wonderful fellow named Norman Sternthal, who's a leader of the Montreal community.
Every person you just mentioned in some way has over the years expressed enthusiasm for what we do here, so I thank you.
Well, yeah, but I'm glad that Mark Wilf does,
sure.
and Mark Wilf said that anything you need,
he's been amazing.
Can I bring you with me to him? That's a great line, anything you need. Look, although the Wilf family perhaps is our premier family in terms of guidance and philanthropy.
Amazing people.
But frankly, again, I just want to say, let's not take lightly that it's Hanukkah.
Right.
Let's not take lightly how one candle can illumine the darkness in a whole world, and a candle, when you try to light another candle, it lights that candle and it's not diminished. So the power of that kind of goodwill, the power of living a proudly informed Jewish life and believe that we're supposed to illumine, is worth traveling across the world with you for.
I appreciate that very much. And again, when I first saw you here, it hit me how badly I wanted you here. That was after our discussion from months ago. So I thank you very, very much.
Well, I feel fulfilled doing it too. Now that we both feel fulfilled, let's realize that we have a real privilege in being able to do this.
No question about it. I thank you, and happy Chanukah.
And to you too.
Thank you, and enjoy the dinner on Sunday night.
Thank you very, very much.
Certainly. More coming up. It's JM in the AM from Paris. Can you believe it? And that's the president of Yeshiva University, Richard Joel, proudly part of our incredible American delegation, proudly one of the presenters at the Wednesday night concert with a very special message, one that includes our message of Jewish unity and being there for our brothers and sisters. You are listening to JM in the AM.
Light one candle for the Maccabees' children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. But light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears.
Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. And light one candle for those who are suffering pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in. Let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to find us together with peace as the song in our hearts. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who've died that we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice would somehow prevail. This is the burden, this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light, don't let the light, let it shine. Don't let the light go, don't let the light shine. Don't let the light, don't let the light, let it shine. Don't let the light, don't let the light, don't let the light.
JM in the AM with the Maccabeats. My thanks again to President Richard Joel of Yeshiva University. Well, speaking of presidents, we are here with the president of the Great Synagogue of Paris, Jacques
Canet.
Canet. A pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. I'm very happy to be
The
with
first
you.
time we met was just Monday.
It was Monday.
That was the
yeah,
first time we
unfortunately.
met.
I wish I...
You have given us this amazing opportunity to be in the synagogue and really turn it into an experience of a concert inside the sanctuary, and yet we only know each other face to face for a couple of days. So number one, I say thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're very welcome. I'm so happy to receive you here. All my career as the president of the synagogue has been very related to to New York and my American friends. So I'm so happy to receive you here.
I greatly appreciate it. What did you think when you first heard that we wanted to bring this concept to Paris, that we wanted to gather together in this way?
In terms of concert, it wasn't a surprise because we're very familiar to organize big, major concerts here in the synagogue. But when I heard that you, New Yorkers, wanted to commemorate the 11th month of the tragedy that we lived in January, I was very, very, very touched, very touched, yes, really. Because we had in January a very difficult ceremony on January 11th, And so today it's for us a very important moment.
Well, I thank you for that. President of La Victoire, the great synagogue. How many years have you served as president here?
As a president, about 10 years, and as a member of the board, treasurer, vice president for 25 years.
Yeah.
So I was married here. This is my synagogue for
It's really,
decades.
it's the synagogue, it's everybody's synagogue, right? You even said to me it's really the city of Paris' synagogue.
Yeah, it's in Paris, as you know, there are today about 80 synagogues, Paris and suburbs, but this one has been created about 150 years ago as a major synagogue of the Jewish community. It's a kind of link between the country, between the republic and the Jewish community.
Right.
So it's all the official ceremonies take place here. The members of the government, the president of the country is coming here for ceremonies. So it's a very important, and it is the head office of the chief rabbi of Paris and the chief rabbi of France
Right.
for 150 years.
Their seat is officially in this synagogue, right?
Yeah, they have
Right.
their official seats here, right?
There are many beautiful sanctuaries in the world,
Hmm.
but this one is unique.
Yes.
For those who have not walked into this sanctuary, and I remember the first time 2 weeks ago when I did, it was an exhilarating experience. What can you tell us? What makes this so incredible?
I'm telling you that because it's 150 years old, it's been created by Napoleon III, who was a nephew of Napoleon I. And and the idea of creating this synagogue took place in the middle of the 19th century. At that time, Jews were French citizens since the Revolution for almost 50 years. And they took such a prominent place in the development of the country in terms of arts, in terms of economy, in terms of everything, that Napoleon III, was the emperor, was very grateful. And he wanted to prove that the nation loved his Jews at that time.
Right.
And therefore, he gave the piece of land here. And this district is a very important district because at that time, all the head office of the banks, insurance company, department stores, theaters were managed by Jews at that time. And all were in this area. So it was a very important area. Very active. And there was a piece of land used to belong to the imperial family here. And the emperor gave this piece of land to the city of Paris with the will to build a synagogue with the Jewish community. So it was built to show how well integrated the Jews were at that
Right.
time.
Understood.
So, and this is why it was built a kind of cathedral.
Cathedral style. Right.
They wanted to show that Jews
Right.
were not different than
Right.
the others.
So it's one of the reasons that it looks so spectacular.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
This message that we're bringing from the different parts of the world, that we are concerned, we have care for our brothers and sisters who are going through a challenging situation. Life in Paris for the Jewish community is somewhat challenging now, we know. What is your reaction to that?
My reaction is, I would say that for the last 18 months, since July 14, you might know what happened in Paris in July 2014. There was Arab demonstration in the street of Paris.
Right.
And many people demonstrating and saying death to the Jews at that time,
Right.
which never happened for decades in Paris since the Second World War. So starting at that time, we were very anxious. And we said it to the government. And this was the first time for a decade that was occurring. And unfortunately, after 7 months, happened what happened in January with Charlie and Yvette Cacher. So once again, we said, oh, look, well, there's something which is very dangerous, which is occurring. So the government will say we take care of it, but in fact, not really. You have to have in mind that in Toulouse in 2012, kids, Jewish kids, were killed
Right.
in their school. At that time, there was only maybe 5,000 people demonstrating in the streets in Paris. In January 2015, 5 million people were demonstrating in the street because mostly journalists had been killed,
Right.
not Jews. And now, after what happened in November 13, we send the army to solve the problem. So when it does occur to Jews,
A little bit of a different reaction.
the reaction is much lower.
Well,
So-
I'm glad that we could do our part in showing a little bit of
and
brotherhood.
this is for us very important. So since the last, I would say, 15 months, many American congregation and friends came to Paris to visit us, to help us. We raised money in New York City for security. Personally, my son is living in New York,
Right.
and is member of the United Jewish Appeal there. And with the United Jewish Appeal, they made a tremendous work to raise money for the security. And so there is a very tight connection with the New York and American communities, and we are very thankful for that. Very thankful for that.
Thank you again for welcoming us.
Okay.
And this has been a very special experience, and I thank you very, very much.
Okay. May I add a word?
Sure.
Just some history called Dadas. In this synagogue, as I told you on Monday, a few days after the arrest of Captain Dreyfus,
Right.
as I told you, Captain Dreyfus was arrested the day after Yom Kippur, and a few days after, and during Sukkot, Theodor Herzl was here. And because of the arrest of Dreyfus, he was very, very anxious as a journalist in Paris. So he met the president of the congregation and the consistoire at that time, was the Rothschild family, who had already acquired some pieces of land in Palestine. And this is talking with them. He decided that there should be a place in Palestine for Jews. And this synagogue is the nest of the idea of creating a state of Israel.
The modern Zionist ideal
Yeah.
can be traced
That's it.
to this sanctuary,
That's
which
it.
is unbelievable.
That's it. That's all.
Tadar rabah.
You're welcome.
Merci.
Merci.
Thank you very, very
Merci.
much. It's JM in the AM as we continue here at 91.1 FM, 90.1 FM in the Catskills, Rockland County at 91.9 on the FM dial. Around the world on the web, jmintheam.org, and of course on the NSN app. There are two people who have been involved in this process from the very beginning. One was involved to the point where we were speaking on a regular basis. The other was involved from the very beginning, but we had never met until 2 weeks ago. I refer to those of you who are familiar with this show and what's been happening over the last few weeks. We have pointed out that Sam Levy has been our go-between, our liaison with the Office of the Consistoire here in Paris, France, to help us along through a very, very, I wouldn't say difficult, but a long process. And Sam, I welcome you back to JM in the AM.
Thank you. Good
Bonjour.
morning. Bonjour.
Nice to see you. I am so glad we were able to arrange for you to be here and to celebrate with us. It is a wonderful honor to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
You are sitting next to somebody who's been involved from the very beginning, but we had never met till 2 weeks ago. And that is the president of the Consistoire here in Paris, Joel Mergui, who at the very beginning of this process was enthusiastically accepting the mission, the message that we are bringing from the United States to the Jews of Paris, and that is, if Jews are in a challenging situation, other Jews care. President Joel Mergui, bonjour, welcome to JM in the AM.
Welcome, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
I'm happy to be with you in this synagogue of Paris.
We are finally here.
Yes, you are finally here, and for Hanukkah.
For Hanukkah, that's right.
I speak in French.
We have Sam Levy to take care of any of the translation problems.
Je voudrais tout d'abord souhaiter à la communauté juive new-yorkaise de bonnes fêtes de Hanouka.
I would like to wish to the New York community a good wish of Happy Hanukkah.
Toda rabah.
Et je voudrais vraiment vous remercier, Nahum, d'être venu nous voir et que des Américains, avec des artistes israéliens, viennent faire un concert dans la grande synagogue de Paris. Je crois que c'est le plus beau symbole de la hardout du peuple juif.
I would like to thank you, Nahum, you and all your staff and the people from Israel that you came and gave us this gift to come for Hanukkah to give such a good present for us. And this really shows the Ardut in between us.
No question about that. Toda.
Nous sommes exactement 11 mois après l'attaque de l'hypercacher.
We are exactly 11 months after the attack of Hypercacher.
Et les 4 familles juives qui ont perdu un de leurs membres chers ont fait les 11 mois il y a simplement quelques jours, les uns à Paris, les autres à Tunis et les autres en Israël.
And the 4 families that lost their during the Hypercacher just finished now a couple of days ago their 11 months, some here, some in Israel, some in Tunisia,
Right.
Mais ils seront là tous ce soir.
but they're all going to be here tonight.
Right.
Vous réussissez à faire le miracle de les voir. Ils vont se retrouver ce soir pour la première fois ensemble.
You succeeded to make a miracle. For the first time tonight, they all be together
Ce soir, après que nous ayons été ici le 11 janvier en présence du président de l'État d'Israël, du Premier ministre de l'État d'Israël et du président de la République française, et en leur présence.
after we all were together here. Last time was in January 11 with the President of France and the Prime Minister of Israel and the families.
Right after the attacks.
Et ce soir, c'est eux qui allumeront les 4 bougies de Hanouka.
And tonight, they will be the people lighting the 4 candles of Hanukkah.
Et j'ai beaucoup d'émotions parce que quand vous êtes venu me voir pour me proposer ce projet, je n'arrivais pas très bien à comprendre comment on allait le faire.
I was very emotional when you came to us with this project. I could not see how we could put this project together.
Et maintenant, quand je vous vois et que je vois cette synagogue et que je vais ressentir ce soir ce qu'est exactement le peuple juif ce soir. Ce
And now
soir,
when I
c'est
see you and I see how the synagogue tonight, I can really feel how the community, the Jewish community is.
depuis Hanouka, le peuple juif n'est jamais resté sur une douleur ou sur un échec.
Since Hanukkah, the Jewish people never stay on a failure.
Ah.
C'est ce qui va se passer ce soir. Ils vont venir après l'année de deuil pour allumer des bougies de Hanouka.
And that's what's going to happen tonight. After 1 year of being in mourning, they are going to come tonight for the first time and to light the menorah.
Après avoir pleuré avec eux, il y a 1 an exactement dans cette synagogue,
After crying with them a year ago together in this synagogue,
c'est eux qui vont allumer les bougies qui vont nous permettre de faire la fête ce soir.
they are going to light the menorah to do the party tonight.
Tonight we celebrate.
Yes.
Wow.
Je crois que c'est la lutte du peuple juif, des Hashmonaïm, jusqu'à aujourd'hui, elle est permanente. On a toujours cherché à nous détruire.
And I think this is a fight of the Hashmonaim and the Jews, that it's always there, that's going to come.
On est là, pourtant.
We are
L'État
here.
d'Israël est présent. L'État d'Israël existe avec la moitié des Juifs du monde qui vont en Israël.
We are here with the Jewish state here, but we are still here.
Yes.
Aux États-Unis, il y a une très belle communauté. Et en France, nous avons aussi une belle communauté.
In the United States, there is a very big community. In France, there is also a very big community.
Et c'est magnifique de voir, et je voudrais vraiment dire aux Américains et aux Juifs américains combien toute cette année difficile que j'ai eu à vivre en tant que président du consistoire, mais que toute la communauté juive de France a eu à vivre, combien le nombre de délégations qui sont venues des États-Unis nous ont remonté le moral.
And I want to tell to all the Jewish American community how, as a president, of the consistor in here, and I received during the whole year a lot of American delegation to see all the support that you gave us. It's amazing.
Il y a quelques années, le monde ne voulait pas comprendre que le nouvel antisémitisme était un antisionisme issu de l'islamisme radical.
A few years ago, people didn't want to understand that it was a new kind of anti-Semitism, and the
Qui était un antisionisme
that was an
issu de l'islamisme radical.
issue from a radical
Right.
Islam.
Aujourd'hui, le monde comprend que ceux qui se sont attaqués aux Juifs et à l'État d'Israël sont en train de s'attaquer au monde entier.
And now people understand that the same people that started to attack Israel, or to attack the Jews, now are starting to attack the whole world.
L'année dernière, quand on a allumé la Hanoukia, c'était avant l'hypercacher et avant le 13 novembre.
Last year, when we lit the menorah, was before Hyper Kasher and before November 13.
J'espère que la petite lumière qu'on avait allumée l'année dernière, qu'elle est en train de s'allumer dans le monde entier pour que tout le monde prenne conscience de la nécessaire alliance du monde entier contre l'islamisme radical et le djihadisme.
And I hope that the light that we are lighting will be a light to show an alliance for everybody against this anti-Semitism.
Amen.
Amen. Et au-delà de ce concert que nous allons faire ensemble, de cette fête de Hanouka américaine, israélienne et française à Paris,
And besides this concert that we are going to do between American, Israeli, French here tonight,
ça nous a montré qu'il y a une solidarité exceptionnelle entre les Juifs dans le monde.
this really showed us the solidarity in between all the Jews around the world.
Et depuis que j'étais tout petit, tout enfant, je savais que les Juifs américains étaient comme des grands frères.
And since I was a child, I knew that the American Jews were the big brother of all the other Jews.
Maintenant, je le vois comme une réalité.
And now I really see it as a reality.
Oh,
Le problème qu'on a, nous, en France,
The problem we have now, us in France,
c'est qu'il y a beaucoup de Juifs qui quittent la France,
that a lot of Jews are leaving France.
Right.
beaucoup vont en
A
Israël,
lot are going to Israel.
beaucoup vont aux États-Unis,
A lot go to the United States.
mais on n'a aucun Juif américain qui vient en France.
But no American come to
Except
France.
us. We're the only ones. We're the only ones coming to France.
Donc c'est un manque que nous avons de ceux qui partent. Et quand vous venez nous soutenir, c'est un soutien qui est fondamental.
So when you come to support us, to come and visit us, this really gives us a boost.
J'ai en souvenir l'année dernière que Jack Liu, votre ministre du Trésor, avait fait mincha ici dans cette même grande synagogue.
I still remember last year that Jack New came here after the event and pray mincha here in this synagogue.
C'était extraordinaire pour nous de voir un des représentants aussi importants des États-Unis avec une kippa sur la tête demander, c'est lui qui avait demandé à faire mincha
It
ici.
was just amazing for us to see that one of the highest representatives of the United States asked us to come to this synagogue to do mincha, to pray mincha in this synagogue.
Alors Nahum, il est comme Jack Liu.
So Nahum, you are like Jack New.
Lui, il est venu faire mincha, vous venez faire Hanouka.
He came to pray mincha, you came to do Hanukkah.
Tadaraba, tadaraba. President Mergui, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah
It's going
to
to
all
be-
Jews in the world and all Jews in America.
And you mentioned that that we are here to show solidarity. When there's difficulties in Israel, I think the Israelis expect us to come. Yesterday, as we were speaking to Jewish Parisians, they were shocked that we came. You came for us? You came to show brotherhood and solidarity for us? And just that we are able to do this for people who feel a little bit alone is a wonderful feeling.
Des personnes qui se sentent un peu seules de la solidarité, on voit que c'est vraiment.
I thank you for being our partner in all
Thank you.
this.
Et je suis persuadé que cette solidarité, elle va se prolonger sur plusieurs projets.
And I am sure that this solidarity will continue now in all different kind of projects in the very near future.
Bezrat Hashem.
Là, c'est la quatrième bougie de Hanouka,
This
et on
is the
verra où on
fourth
allumera
light.
la cinquième ensemble l'année prochaine.
Tonight is the fourth light of Hanukkah. We will see where together we will light the fifth candle of Hanukkah next year.
Bezrat Hashem. Thank you, President Mergui.
Chag Sameach.
Chag
Hanukkah
Sameach.
Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Hanukkah
Sam
Sameach.
Levy. Thank you. You've been so amazing. And you continue to be a phenomenal translator, but more importantly, a great friend. And I mentioned to Sam, and you could stay with me for a moment, I mentioned to you that I have a note that Miriam Wallach handed me 2 months ago while I was in the middle of doing an interview. She had just gotten off the phone with you, and the note reads, and I wish I had it in front of me. I'll see it later in my room. The note reads, just spoke to Sam Levy. He says this is going to be 100 times bigger than we ever thought. And look what has happened.
Right. I just arrived this morning, and I just walked in the synagogue, and to see the synagogue that I know transformed, it was 100 times more than I was thinking when I was in the plane last night. I say, how the synagogue is going to look like. It's just amazing. And people really will, I hope that people will have the chance to see it online, to see how the synagogue is.
Magnificent.
And cannot wait to see the show tonight.
Yes, and we will have reviews later in this show about the show that will have already taken place. Meanwhile, we're speaking to you right before the big concert at La Victoire at the Great Synagogue of Paris. Sam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
More coming up. This is JM in the AM.
ובאמס ועניין גדול וסגולו נפלאו להסיר ולבטל מיולו וכל דיני נורצוינו יסחיירי שלא שם כלל לא יוכלו לשלוט בוי ולא יעשו שום רוי שם כלל ובאמס הוא עניין גדול וסגולו נפלאו להסיר ולבטל מיולו כל דיני נורצוינו יסחיירי שלא יוכלו לשלוט בי ולא יעשו שום רוי שם כלל כשאודם כואביה בליבוי לימויר הלוי אשר הוא אלוהיקים הוא אמיתי ויינו את מלבדו יסבורך שום כוח בוי לו וכל בוי לו מויס כלל ויעקוי מולה רקחתו סוי הפשוט יסבורך שמוי ומבטל בליבוי ביטול גמור ויינוי משגיח כלל על שום כל ומבטל בליבוי ביטול גמור ואינוי משגיח כלל על שום קויה ורוצוי בוי לו ומשעבד ומדבר תויר מחשב תויר רק ליודון יוכי ברוך הוא ומשעבד ומדבר תויר מחשב תויר רק ליודון יוכי ברוך
in Yaspi who is Barak Beyadosh They know is Abdu Beyallah Kol HaKoy Choy Kol HaKoy Choy Ve'aretzoy Noy Sheva Oilah
כן יספיק הוא יסבוח ביודוי שממילא יסבחנו מיולו כל הכויכות כל הכויכות והרצוי נוי שבאוי לו שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שום דבר כלל כן יספיק הוא יסבוח ביהודוי שממילא יסבחנו מיולו כל הכויכות כל הכויכות והרצוי נוי שבאוי לו שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שלא יוכלו לפעול לו שום דבר כלל שום דבר כלל ומשעבד ומדבר תויר מחשב תויר רק ליודוי יוכי ברוך
That's Ohad, of course, title track to Segula, and this is America's one and only Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program, heard on listeners-sponsored WFMU East Orange, WMFU Mount Hope, Rockland County at 91.9 on the FM dial, broadcasting now from Paris, France, around the world on the web, jmnam.org, and, of course, on the NSN app.
בכסבה בחצי היום כשהשוק פתוח הייתי ככה סתם הולך והחזה מתוח כולם אומרים איזה קנון עובר בסמטאות עושים שלום מכל חלון כל הכבוד כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי יש יותר כבוד כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי תמיד למי יש יותר כבוד והקרב היה בוער והכיתה לא זזה, המפקד היה אומר אתה ראשון יא קאזה, כולם ידעו שקזבלן ראשון תמיד לצעוד, ומאחור הם צעקו כל הכבוד. כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי יש יותר כבוד, כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי תמיד למי יש יותר כבוד. אחד הולך עם בחורה ביפו בן 40, אם רק ארצה אצלי תהיה ישר בין הידיים, אך לא אפריע לבחור שלא יתחיל לרעוד, כי זה אצלי פשוט פרינציפ, לי יש כבוד. כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי יש יותר כבוד, כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי תמיד למי יש יותר כבוד. אם בשיכור לאיזה בר אני אותו מרגיע, אפץ לי מן השעון ישר לג'בליה, אבל אחר כך הוא חוזר ובקטן מאוד מרים חסיד ועוד אומר כל הכבוד. כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי יש יותר כבוד, כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי תמיד למי יש יותר כבוד, כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי יש יותר כבוד, כולם היו יודעים אז טוב מאוד למי תמיד למי יש יותר כבוד.
JM in the AM. When we first started speaking about a Jewish unity concert and a Jewish unity initiative for the Jews of Paris, we wondered who would be the most appropriate person to be at the center of that performance. And we said there is nobody who has touched the lives musically of everybody in the Jewish world from right to left and up and down like the legendary Yehoram Gaon. Yehoram Gaon, shalom, welcome to JM in the AM.
Thank you very much.
What an honor to have you here.
It's an honor.
And we're
Thank
speaking
you
with Matan, who's going to help us a little bit with the translation.
I'll tell you what, it is because I would like very much to say things that I would like to be very specific, and I want a translator so everyone will understand me.
Understood. You have played, you've played everywhere, every arena in the world, every major city there is, and you're such an amazing piece of the collective Jewish heart, in my opinion. What is it like for you to be here in the great synagogue of Paris, knowing that the entire theme of this Hanukkah celebration is Jewish unity?
Now, it's going to be in Hebrew.
בבקשה.
אנחנו מתמודדים אצלנו בארץ כל הזמן עם טרור פלסטיני הולך ומתמשך כל העת.
We're dealing all the time with terror in Israel.
ואנחנו שומעים מדי פעם, גם מאירופה, גם מארצות הברית, שהטרור העולמי הוא בגלל מה שקורה בפלסטין.
נכון.
And from time to time we hear that the terror in Europe and the US because of what happened in Israel and Palestine.
מה שקורה כאן בפריז, שבאנו להביע סולידריות עם הצרפתים,
we came here to Paris to show our respect and solidarity.
זה מוסלמים פונדמנטליסטים שפוגעים בנוצרים.
These are Muslims that are hurting other
religions, not just Jews.
ועדיין יש מי שמעז לטעון שמה שקרה כאן בפריז זה בגלל מה שקורה בפלסטינה.
נכון.
There are still people that are saying that what happened here in Paris is because what going on back in Israel and Palestine.
אז זה לא. אז זה לא. הדבר האחרון שאני היום זה שמח לעד או שמח למה שקרה פה בפריז, חס ושלום. לכן באנו להביע סולידריות. אבל לפחות עכשיו אולי יתחיל העולם להבין שמה שקורה אצלנו בארץ אין לו שום קשר לטרור העולמי המוסלמי הפונדמנטליסטי. שום קשר.
We came here to Paris to show respect and to make them hopefully to understand that the terror that's going on in Europe has nothing to what's going on back in Israel.
אין לי ספק שחלק מן האנשים של איזיס אפילו לא יודעים איפה ירושלים,
נכון.
ומה זה בכלל פלסטינים.
נכון. The people from ISIS.
Yeah, the people from ISIS, they don't even know where exactly
Jerusalem
and other places in Israel.
ולכן באנו היום להביע סולידריות עם אנשי צרפת, במחשבה שאולי זה יעלה בדעתם איזושהי אמפתיה למה שקורה היום בארץ ישראל, שבה יש יום טרור פלסטיני.
We came here to stand with all the French people and especially the Paris people that maybe they'll understand exactly what's going on every day on daily basis in Israel.
All right, as a result of Palestinian terror. Yoram Gaon is here. One of the most influential people, if not the most musically in the Jewish world and in recent Jewish history. Well, it's well deserved, that's for sure. What is the secret to your longevity? What is the secret that my grandparents, my parents, my children, that all of them are somehow touched by your music?
You know, my privilege is that my parnasa, my parnuse is my hobby, you know? Everyone that goes, to work, I don't know if he likes it or not, but I'm earning my living from my hobby. I love to sing. I love to be in a theater, and this is a luck. I'm a lucky one.
That's for sure, and we're very lucky to have you. Tonight's program, did you give it a lot of thought, what songs would be performed, or it was obvious in some cases what had to be performed here? How did you prepare for tonight?
I'm going to sing Nomi Shemer because she's the
queen,
the queen of the Israeli song, and I'm going to sing Kol Haolam Kulo, Gesher Tzar Meod. That it deals exactly with the situation we're dealing now. We are competing now.
Of course. It's going to be something extra special, and I'm so glad you're here.
Thank
it
you
means
very
a
much.
tremendous amount to us. And this kesher that's being formed tonight between the United States and Israel and, of course, Paris. I hope this bond lasts for a very long time.
Thanks a lot. It was wonderful to be here.
Chanukah Sameach.
Chanukah Sameach. Thank you.
Thank you, Matan.
Thank you.
Yoram Gaon, JM in the AM, a very special broadcast as we are getting set for what's going to be a Wednesday evening performance here at the Great Synagogue of Paris. Everybody is encouraged, if you haven't seen the video yet, if you didn't see it live during yesterday's program, make sure to check it out at some point in the archives at NachumSiegel.com.
עוד לא בניתי כפר, עוד לא מצאתי מים באמצע המדבר, עוד לא ציירתי פרח, עוד לא גיליתי איך תוביל אותי הדרך ולאן אני הולך. עוד לא אהבתי די הרוח והשמש על פניי, עוד לא אמרתי די, ואם לא עכשיו מתי. עוד לא שתלתי דשא, עוד לא הקמתי עיר, עוד לא נתתי כרם על כל גבעות הגיר, עוד לא הכל עשיתי ממש במו ידיי, עוד לא הכל ניסיתי, עוד לא אהבתי די, עוד לא אהבתי די הרוח והשמש על פניי, עוד לא אמרתי די, ואם לא עכשיו מתי. עוד לא הקמתי שבט, עוד לא חיברתי שיר, עוד לא ירד לי שלג באמצע הקציר, אני עוד לא כתבתי את זיכרונותיי, עוד לא בניתי לי את בית חלומותיי, עוד לא אהבתי די הרוח והשמש על פניי, עוד לא אמרתי די, ואם לא עכשיו ומתי. ואף על פי שאת פה ואת כל כך יפה, ממך אני בורח כמו ממגפה, עוד יש הרבה דברים שרציתי לעשות, את בטח תסלחי לי גם בשנה הזאת, תביני עוד לא אהבתי די הרוח והשמש על פניי, עכשיו מתי עוד לא אהבתי די הרוח והשמש על פניי עוד לא אהבתי די ואם לא עכשיו מתי לכל השומיים והטוב תשמע מן השומיים לב שופכים נוכחו גמר
השומיים ואתו תשמע מן השומיים היינו עושים לכל השומיים והם שומעים נוכח חוק המים היינו עושים לכל השומיים ואתו תשמע מן השומיים השומיים ואתו תשמע מן השומיים
We've heard a lot about Avi Miller over the last few months, one of the young rising stars in Israel. In fact, tonight in my introduction, I'm going to talk about how appropriate it is that he's here, because not only is he a young star from Israel, he's also a member of the IDF, of Tzahal, the Israel Defense Forces. Avi Miller, shalom. Welcome to JM in the AM.
שלום, חנוכה שמח.
Chanukah Sameach.
איזה כבוד, וואו, וואו.
Toda rabah, thank you. Tonight's going to be a very special night. You're part of it. You're actually going to start our musical presentation, which is wonderful. I know Matan is here to help translate. How do I start? Let me come up with a question easy enough for everyone here to understand. What does it mean to you to be at a Jewish Unity event, knowing that in addition to performing and making everybody happy on this Chanukah, you are somebody who represents Medinat Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael, and Tzva HaHagana Yisrael? What does that mean to you?
מה זה אומר עבורך שאתה נמצא באירוע כזה, במקום כזה, לכבוד המעמד הזה, ומייצג את מדינת ישראל במצב הזה של היום?
וואו, בהחלט אירוע גדול מאוד. אנחנו נמצאים בבית הכנסת, שקיים כבר מעל 150 שנה. לבוא ולשיר פה, ולהיות כאן, ולראות את עם הנצח, ולראות את כל הכאב הגדול שחש הצרפת, ולהרגיש ולבוא ולשמח את היהודים היקרים שיושבים פה, אני חושב שזה אחד השמחות הגדולות שלי.
It's a great honor to be here tonight, especially after the events that were here in the last month.
Yeah.
And it's a privilege to come and make everyone happy and to sing my songs for the Jewish community.
Am I right that after Chanukah you're going back to Miluim for Tzahal? Am I right about that?
האם אני צודק שאחרי חנוכה אתה הולך למילואים בחזרה בצבא?
כן, ממש ב-14 לינואר, אנחנו ממש לדצמבר,
ממש היום אחרי חנוכה?
ממש יום אחרי חנוכה, אנחנו נהיה 5 ימים בבקעת הירדן. זה מקום גדול שאנחנו עושים שם פעילות.
Can you explain to our audience how meaningful that is to even after you finish with your service to Tzahal, you're still going back often to do Miluim, to be in reserve duty?
אתה יכול להסביר מה החשיבות עבורך שגם אחרי שסיימת את השירות הצבאי שלך, אתה עדיין הולך ומשרת ועושה מילואים מתי שצריך?
זה לא רק שזה חשוב, זה חשוב מאוד. עם ישראל נמצא, מדינת ישראל, נמצאים במצב של טרור יומי, והכוחות חייבים להתחלף ולפעמים גם להניח אותם במקומות שונים, ואני רואה בזה זכות להיות שותף, להיות חייל דתי בתוך מערכת של עם ישראל, שלפעמים רואים את זה גם בצורות כאלה ואחרות, אבל אני מרגיש אפילו הפוך, אני מרגיש להיות שם, להיות זה שמאיר את האור, לתת דווקא, לעזור, לתמוך, ואין חשיבות גדולה מזו.
well, I see it as a privilege to come and do it and help the young soldiers to go and change and relax whenever they need. Israel, as you know, is under terror attacks daily basis. So this is our mission, and it's something very important that we need to do.
Avi Miller is with us. He'll be part of the lineup on the Concert of Jewish Unity. How is the CD doing? How is your album doing, Avi Miller Sings? איך זה הולך? האלבום החדש.
ברוך השם, סייעתא דשמיא גדולה מאוד. מאוד מאוד אוהבים את זה, הן בארץ והן בארצות הברית. ונחום, אני יכול להעיד על עצמי שאני שומע הרבה ברדיו שלך את השירים שלי. זה לא שירים שלי, עם לחנים של הרב הלל פלאי. אני חושב שזה, ברוך השם, זכות גדולה לבוא ולשמח ולשמוח תמיד. נחום, אתה אין כמוך. אתה איש מקסים.
תודה רבה. Well, I'm glad to hear it's doing well, and I'm glad to hear people enjoy it. We love playing it. And we wish you הצלחה רבה. We wish you הצלחה רבה tonight, and we wish you הצלחה רבה with your career. תודה רבה, אבי מילר.
תודה רבה, נחום. תודה רבה לכם. עם ישראל, חנוכה שמח, ותמיד בשמחות.
חנוכה שמח, עם ישראל חי. Tonight, I know that we're speaking to you Thursday morning, but we're recording this segment on Wednesday night. Tonight, Avi Miller is going to be singing Lamana Chai V'Rei, one of the great songs of Jewish unity from the great Reb Shlomo Carlebach. I thank Avi Miller for joining us. It's a JM in the AM Thursday morning. Post-concert, we will be getting the report. We will be getting the review, so to speak, of the concert coming up a little later on. This part we are recording, and this we're recording on Wednesday night here in Paris. A baby girl Feldstein has been named. I want to wish a mazel tov to Sharon and Michael Feldstein. Emma Pearl, named after my wonderful Aunt Pearl Siegel of Phoenix, Arizona. And I think that that's exactly what they were waiting for, a little baby girl to name after her. So we say mazel tov, great to report great news here at JM in the AM. And we are set to continue with more. Avi Miller wraps up this segment here at JM in the AM.
צפו ורמשו לא חלוקו קדישו דיברו כל נפשו דין קדישי ובני אנושו חייבה הסברו ואוי שם היום גוי גוי לעולם ויום היום אנטו מלכו מלך מלכיו אוי מלכי
JM in the AM, sitting here just before the Concert for Jewish Unity. Our review of the event is coming up. Fear not. Keep your radio where it is. If you missed the concert anyway, check out the archives at NachumSiegel.com. Dorothy Benishu Katz is with us. This is the first vice president
of the synagogue.
Of the great synagogue of Paris, the
Yes,
Grand
that's
Synagogue
right.
of La Victoire, as we say.
Yes, sir.
First of all, a pleasure to welcome you to this radio show. Thank you very much. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you.
We've turned one of your rooms into a studio.
This room, I have to tell you, it's very interesting. This room is considered the bride room. When we have a wedding, every Sunday, the bride is waiting here with her family, with the children for the cortege. And during the week, this room serves for the meeting of all the elected people from the consistoire.
Wow.
That's right. You are here now.
We're in a very important room. That's why this is a Sason V'Simcha room.
Yes.
Because the bride's always here.
That's right.
What is it like to prepare for an event like this? You've had major events like this in the synagogue before.
We have very often big events here because it's the biggest synagogue in France, even I think in Europe. And we are used to make very important concert or events which are not so happy than the one of tonight, because tonight it's a concert and we are used to have all the sad things in life, in the world.
Right.
And Ilan Halimi, you remember the guy?
Sure.
We had also memories for, how should I say, Toulouse.
Right. Toulouse episode, right?
And all the, I won't talk about sad things.
There's sad things that go on
Very
here.
sad
There are
things.
happy things that go on.
And
There's
tonight is a happy
And tonight is
things.
happy, and it's a very large crowd every single time, whether it's sad or happy. This is a historic building, historic sanctuary, and it attracts the Jews of Paris to come and be part of it.
It's a very interesting building because it's never closed since it was built. Even during the First World War,
Right.
never closed, and also during the Second World War,
Which is so hard to
never
believe.
closed, never.
A real symbol of resilience.
Exactly, sir. That's what I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, it is amazing. We said this from the beginning when we knew we'd be here, that there is no better building that's symbolic of what we want to accomplish, of Netzach Yisrael, because it is one that has survived so much over the years.
After the Friday 13th of November, which was the great attentat in Paris, on Saturday morning we came here and the police said that the synagogue should be closed. And we opened it. And there was people making Shabbos that Saturday, the day after.
If it made it through World War II, it can make it through a terror attack on a Friday night.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
Dorothy Benichou-Katz is with us, first vice president of the Great Synagogue La Victoire here in Paris. The synagogue looks magnificent. We are anticipating a beautiful event. What were your thoughts when you first heard that people from outside of France wanted to come and do this for the people of France?
Because a synagogue is the bait of everyone, so why shouldn't you come here?
But what did you think
You're
of the whole
welcome.
idea that people would come with this message of unity, that they would show their care and concern and just want to get this message across to the Jews of France?
This is the duty of the Great Synagogue of Paris. We love to receive people, foreign people from all the world, everywhere. And we're happy that you are here, and we thank you to come here.
I thank you very much, and enjoy the evening.
You're welcome.
Dorothy Benichou-Katz, Vice President here at the Great Synagogue in Paris, La Victoire, and we are going to continue with more coming up right here at JM in the AM. I am told that I'm told if I stall for a minute, we can get to Rabbi Goldwasser, and we can take care of that obligation, which we will in just a moment. Thank you so much, Madame President, Vice President. Rabbi Goldwasser, Rabbi Yudin, and those rabbinic authorities who are both behind the scenes and in front of the scenes here at JM and the AM have been so supportive, have been so remarkably encouraging when it comes to what has come to be known now as the Jewish Unity Initiative. They have just been incredible. And I want to thank all of them for the encouragement. And I want to thank those rabbinic leaders who might not be able, under normal circumstances, to take on a project like this on their own, but have encouraged us to do so. And I thank them very, very much. Rabbi David Goldwasser's words, Zechon Nishmas Rav Zebin Rav Yosef Alevi, and Esther Bas Rav Yosef Alevi. Here is Rabbi David Goldwasser with Morning Chizuk.
Good morning. We learned that the mitzvah of Hanukkah is Ner Ish Ubeso. As it says in the Talmud, one light each night for every household. Every night, the families of Klal Yisrael gather around the Hanukkah menorah for the candle lighting. However, it is interesting to note that the Shulchan Aruch also tells us that the menorah should be kindled in the Beis HaKnesses, in the synagogue. Our commentaries ask, what is the purpose of the additional lighting in the shul? Our sages tell us that in truth, the mitzvah of lighting the menorah is only complete when everyone joins with the tzibor. We all connect with the community in promulgating the miracle of Hanukkah. In that way, the mitzvah of lighting the menorah at home is much different than that which is done in the shul. Another interesting concept is that the fact is, the synagogue is compared to a miniature Beis HaMikdash. There are many objects positioned in the shul that are similar to those in the Beis HaMikdash, the Holy Temple. When we light the menorah in the shul, it is reminiscent of the menorah that was lit in the Beis HaMikdash. So today, when the Nachum Segal Jewish Unity Initiative connects menorahs throughout the world, from New York, London, Melbourne, Budapest, Hong Kong, Yerushalayim, Paris, Zurich, Berlin, Warsaw, every conceivable country, it becomes one of the largest celebrations of Hanukkah in Jewish unity around the globe. Moreover, this initiative has taken the observance of Torah and mitzvahs from within our home to a much greater level. It is extremely emotional to know that we are united today with our brothers and sisters in France. We share a deep kinship with you, and your ordeal, all that you have gone through, has affected us intensely. Zechor al tishkach. We remember all those who were attacked in terrorist acts in France, and all who gave their life. Al Kiddush Hashem. Minishorim kalu umearoyos gaveru la'asos ritzon koinom v'chefet surum. They were quicker than eagles and stronger than lions to do the will of Hashem. We pray for the good and welfare of French Jewry and world Jewry. May the light of Hanukkah and the menorah bring peace and besuros tovos, good news, to the entire world. In the merit of this great demonstration of unity, may we soon see the Geula Shalema, the complete redemption in the building of the third and final Beis HaMikdash. Reb Michal of Zlotchev once said, if all of Israel, without dissension, were to pray only once in wholehearted devotion, the hour of Mashiach's coming would be very near. Who knows if that hour is right now? I would like to take this opportunity to wish all of our listeners throughout the entire world a Freilichen Chanukah, a joyous and happy Chanukah. Nous sommes avec vous. This has been Rabbi David Goldwasser bringing you Morning Chizuk.
JM in the AM, my thanks to Rabbi Goldwasser. This is our final segment, or very close to our final segment, pre-concert. The rest of the show you'll hear post-concert. When this gentleman walked into our makeshift studio, all of a sudden the whole place was abuzz. I'm referring, of course, to Ohad. And the reason there's such a smile in my voice when I refer to Ohad is because for the last 3 months he has been such an unbelievable... He's always been a good friend, but we have grown much closer. He has encouraged us. He got us through a period of time where we didn't know if this concert could take place because of what happened here on November 13th. He has been somebody that's he is somebody who's very well respected here in the Parisian Jewish community, and somebody who wants to see us have great success tonight. Ohad, Chag Urim Sameach.
Chanukah Sameach.
Welcome to JM in the AM.
Well, Nachum, when a month and a half ago when I was here without you,
yeah,
and I was just, imagining how it'd be sitting together with you, you know what? The experience is much better than I had in my vision.
It's funny. It's the first time we're together in Paris after all this back and forth.
Yeah, usually I wake up
we were
early
together
in the morning.
Right, we
I
were
have
together in the
to come to
United States, and you were here and Miriam was here. I was not, etc. And you were not here last time, and I was. And I said this about an earlier guest. When I saw you today, I said the dream has finally become a reality.
Baruch Hashem.
We
Baruch
are
Hashem.
here together. I don't know how we ever thought that this could work, but it looks like thousands of people want to be here tonight.
Yes, it's a full house.
It is and it's even more full than full. I think they've given up at this point on trying to control the crowd, which is going to be an interesting thing to begin with. And the lineup is spectacular. The message is so clear, and what David Fadida and his crew have done with the shul is spectacular, as you know. You told me the first time we ever spoke.
So
you said it's
I have to
magnificent.
tell you something. This shul, it exists so many years, right?
Sure.
And the consistoire, they run it very toughly, and usually there are a lot of chupot and things going on in the shul, but they never in their life ever let anyone put a cable in this shul. And what we did, you did, it's amazing. And I think the crowd tonight, when they will walk in that shul, they won't believe what they're seeing.
It is magnificent to begin with. It is even more magnificent the way it looks right now. And I hope people will be heading to the website. They'll be watching it. I hope you've seen all the pictures on our social media and all the different places where you could see what the synagogue here, Le Victoire, looks like at this point. I've listened in and gotten some of the videos already from some of the rehearsals. The sound, as much as we worried about the sound, has been arranged in a way where it sounds spectacular for the sanctuary.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because, as you remember, we chose a very specific band and a very specific kind of classy, without drums and without any kind of instruments that can, make the noise, because it's a shul.
Right.
So there's a lot of reverb going on, and if you had drums, then you'll hear a whole big balagan. So we chose that band specifically to get the right sound, and we bought the best from Israel.
The best, and really an amazing collection of artists who are here. Gershon Freistadt with his symphonic orchestra. He's been working hard for weeks, not all day, but for weeks.
Yes. I mean,
and I thanked him.
I show up.
Right, you were just at a performance somewhere else in the world.
I show up a half an hour before the concert. Okay, everything's settled, and I'm singing. He has to work.
He has worked, and I thanked him for all the hard work, because, like I say, it was weeks, and not just today, and not just the last few days. A lot has gone into this. Everybody involved has taken it very seriously.
Right.
The message is very simple. And you're from Europe originally. So you know what it's like to be in touch with people who are nervous. You know what it's like to be in touch with people who don't know what the future of their Jewish community is like. I'm not just speaking about Paris. I'm speaking about other areas as well.
Exactly. And I think this is why the message got through the Parisian people, and they really want, and they're coming by the thousands, and they want to come, but we don't have any room. So, Nachum, I think we should do this tomorrow again.
If you're available after the concert, you'll be on later in this show. Believe me. We brought you here now because we have a feeling that everybody's going to be up very late tonight after this performance.
I'll be here.
If you're here, then we can talk more after the concert, and I look forward to that, because that'll be a real review of what happened here tonight. Yoram Gaon is so excited. It was so special to me that he's taking it as to heart as he is. He's just like the rest of us. He's feeling it.
I'll tell you why. He's from an old generation. I mean, let's go way back to Milchemet Yom Kippur.
Right.
He was singing in the front line to soldiers, and he's very Tzioni, and he's very idealistic about Israel and about Jews. And I think that's the reason he's taking it so personally, because he's from the old days. The youngsters today, they don't really understand what fighting for Israel is, and fighting to be a Jew, and fighting, for your country and for Judaism, and be proud of it. And I think that's why he's taking it so personally.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Ohad, thank you.
Thank you.
This has been an amazing process.
It is. And I said it before. I hope for many, many more. This is the first country.
We have more countries to go to.
We have more countries to go. And by the way, look at the time. You see, 7 o'clock at night is my hours. So anytime you want to interview me, has to be 7 o'clock at night.
You're complaining about when I bring you out early in the morning, huh?
Exactly.
Thank God I have David Fadida on my side. He forces you to go to the radio show.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ohad, toda rabah.
Thank you.
V'hatzlacha tonight, and
much.
thank you for all your incredible help.
Excuse me, one last question.
Bavakasha.
How is your French?
My French is not as good as I would have liked it to have been tonight, but...
Okay, so after the concert, am I allowed to make fun of you?
Of course.
Before all America?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Okay, good. You're on.
Toda rabah. There he is, Ohad at JM in the AM.
מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. 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 מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. 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 מלכוסכו, מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. טורורוטרם, 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 טורורוטרם. מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי. מלכוסכו, מלכוס כל העילומים, וממשלתך בכל דוי ודוי.
סלח לי אבי, כי חטאתי לך, יכול לי על כל פשעי.
על כל פשעי.
גם בימים ששכחתי אותך, היית תמיד בחיי. בכל הדרכים שהלכתי בעצם, היית לי נר לרגליי. הייתי עיוור, לא ראיתי מעבר למה שהביטו עיניי.
מלך מלכי המלכים, תודה על חיים, על אושר, על בכי, על צחוק. גם כשקשה לפעמים, גם אז אלוקים, אתה לעולם לא רחוק. מלך מלכי המלכים, תודה על חיים, על אושר, על בכי, על צחוק. גם כשקשה לפעמים, גם אז אלוקים, אתה לעולם לא רחוק.
גם כי אלך בדרכי חשוכה, בטחתי בך אלוקיי. על חצי שני, על בכור וילדה, תודה גם על אושר בלי די. תודה על חגים, על שבת ששומרת, שלא ייגמר לעולם. כל יום שעובר בדרכי לגן עדן, שיוויתי אותך מול עיניי. מלך מלכי המלכים, תודה על חיים, על אושר, על בכי, על צחוק. גם כשקשה לפעמים, גם אז אלוקים, אתה לעולם לא רחוק. מלך מלכי המלכים, תודה על חיים, על אושר, על בכי, על צחוק. גם כשקשה לפעמים, גם אז אלוקים, אתה לעולם לא רחוק. מלך מלכי המלכים, תודה על חיים, על אושר, על בכי, על צחוק. גם כשקשה לפעמים, גם אז אלוקים, אתה לעולם לא רחוק. מלך מלכי המלכים, תודה על חיים, על אושר, על בכי, על צחוק. גם כשקשה לפעמים, גם אז אלוקים, אתה לעולם לא רחוק.
Another siren wails, just an ordinary day. Was it anyone I know?
של מוישה רבייני even na Yisruai essa shiru azois la Shem oh shel Moshe Rabbeinu even na Yisruai essa shiru azois la Shem של מוישה רבייני even na Yisruai essa shiru azois la Shem oh של מוישה רבייני even na Yisruai essa shiru azois la Shem של מוישה רבייני.
Another siren wails, just an ordinary day. Was it anyone I know? How can life go on this way?
Chazak v'nit chazak, we sing the words out loud
To strengthen one another.
together, standing proud.
Chazak, chazak, we stand as one.
Chazak, chazak, we must be strong.
Chazak, chazak, we will go on.
Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom.
חזק ונתחזק בעד עמנו
ובעד הורי
אלוקינו.
חזק ונתחזק ביד עמנו ולמען הרי אלוקינו.
חזק, חזק, stand as one. Chazak, chazak, we must be strong.
Chazak Amenu. Chazak, Chazak, a very important message for us here in Paris. Yes, this is Mark Zomick sitting in for Nachum Segal. Matas will probably find this funnier than anybody else. It's Mark sitting with Jamie and Yoni as Miriam and Nachum got called out to last-second preparations to what has been an amazing concert. And I think what it did do is it gives me the opportunity, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of Yoni and Jamie as the staff members here. This has been such an amazing ride, and the concert hasn't even started yet. And it has been such an amazing ride and an honor and a privilege to be included in this trip to Paris. Although if you woke me up in the middle of the night on Friday night and asked me if I was in Paris this week, I would not swear in a stack of Bibles that I was. We have seen all the internals of Paris. We have seen the Jewish communities. We have yet to get to the Eiffel Tower, but that's all good because we are here on behalf of the Nachum Segal Network and celebrating Jewish unity. We are here to be unified with the Jewish community, and boy, is it unified. Over 2,000 people expected to fill the great synagogue La Victoire in all its glory in a concert produced by David Fadida. And I am sure between now and when we sign off late in the evening, and or for listeners, when we sign off at 9 a.m. Thursday morning, there will be more than a few tears shed by those of us here who have put in so much time and effort, well worth it, as we know. So as we close hour number 2, you are tuned to America's one and only Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program, heard on listener-sponsored WFMU FM East Orange, WMFU Mount Hope, Rockland County at 91.9, and around the world at jmintheam.org. And this is the Nachum Segal Network. Just moments ago, we were at the Let There Be Light, the concert of Jewish unity. If you're tuned in to the third hour this morning of JM and the AM, you picked the right hour. That's for sure. We have just completed an amazing production and presentation, a Chanukah celebration that took place right here, just next door in the Grand Synagogue, in the Great Synagogue Sanctuary here in Paris. We have wonderful reaction from a whole bunch of people that are with us, including our United States delegation, but we're going to start with somebody who spends most of his time, although the way he travels, maybe he doesn't think he spends most of his time here in France, and that is Sebastian Ben Sidon. Chanukah Sameach.
Chanukah Sameach.
It's nice to have you here.
Thanks a lot.
What did you think of this evening?
It was just great.
Wonderful, Baruch Hashem. I think that this whole concept, this whole idea that we brought to Paris, that when Jews are feeling a little bit down, they need a little pick-me-up from their brothers and sisters around the world. I think this worked very well.
Sure. That's what we was expecting, to get support from Jews from other parts of the world, and getting the American Jewish community with us. It's very, very good. And it's
a lot of people focus on where Jews in France, where their next step will be. You help me for a minute focus on how amazing the present Jewish community is in Paris and in France in general, and with all the difficulties, how much pride there is in the Jewish community here.
You have people that they are really attached to their country here in France, and you have also the other that they are looking to emigrate to Israel or to America. But I will say the majority is people that they are attached to their roots, actually.
And tonight demonstrated that to me. It seemed with the mood, the atmosphere, there are a lot of very prideful people who loved getting together to celebrate Chanukah.
Absolutely.
It's really wonderful, Baruch Hashem. Your
You're everywhere. You're in Europe, you're in the United States. You meet Jews of all types,
Yes.
from all different walks of life. Just give me a couple of sentences on what this was like to be together with everybody in this beautiful edifice in Paris.
Actually, especially for me, like traveling between Chicago, New York, and Paris, I was like feeling like with pride, to be honest, because I feel a little bit American and French, and my heart is between the two countries. So I was really, really
energized.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if I'm starting to lose my voice, but
well, a lot of great songs to sing along
That's
to
true.
tonight.
Absolutely.
We met through email.
Mhm.
And one of the first emails you sent back to me is that you want to make sure to be here tonight.
Absolutely.
Because you grabbed the concept and you did what so many people around the world have done. They've understood what our message is, and I can't thank you enough for that.
Thank you.
You have a special guest with you. Could we bring him over? Mark,
Yes.
can we bring him over?
Sure.
Tell our audience who's listening right now, and they're tuned in Thursday morning when we play this in New York and New Jersey. Tell everybody who's sitting to your right.
So my friend, which is now sitting next to me, is Ilan Zawi from the band Adama, which is really, really well known from the movie called Rabbi Jacob.
The Mad Adventures of Rabbi Jacob. Everybody in
Yeah.
my generation is jealous that I get to sit with him now.
Absolutely. So when I heard from you and about the show, I called Ilan. I said, Ilan, I think you need to be with us. He was actually traveling for a concert yesterday. He was in
Luxembourg.
In Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
There's a
I was in
Jewish
Luxembourg,
community in Luxembourg.
There is a little Jewish community, but good Jewish community.
Did they enjoy the show?
Yeah, we did just a concert in the only kasher restaurant. One friend built it, and it's a very nice restaurant. We eat very well. We sing, of course, the Maotzo.
Right, of
And
course.
after we did with my brother and with one of our musicians.
Good to know there's a kosher restaurant in Luxembourg, no?
That's true. One thing I want to mention, it's actually Ilan came a year ago exactly in Chicago. We had the celebration of the 5 years anniversary of the market that I run there called the Chicago French Market.
It's
And
already 5 years?
It's already now 6 years this year.
Wow.
And Ilan came for, we had the lighting with the Chabad, the local Chabad and local rabbi. And Ilan came for it and he started to dance with the Rabbi Jacob dance and everybody was amazed.
They caught on or not?
Yeah.
They did catch
some
on.
of them, but the other who was not even Jews was say, wow, that's really great, you know?
What is it about your dance that's so attractive to everybody?
I don't know. It's a long story. This is the story of this dance because it was a story I did with my group at this time. It was already 40 years ago.
Wow.
And I met the big man that is Gérard Houry, the director
Right.
of the movie. And when he sees the dance, he say, I think I will take it in my movie because in the first mouture of the film, it was they didn't know what he will do.
Right.
For the beginning of the movie,
thought
right, basically.
maybe he will play violin.
What type of opening it would be?
Yeah.
Yes, he didn't
And
know.
then when they see the dance, they say that must be in the movie.
Yeah, but I told you that what's most striking to us growing up is that when we're on the road to the airport and there's a traffic jam, everyone screams, why don't you just lift up the car like the Hasidim did in that movie? That's all. Anybody who's out there who knows about the Mad Adventures of Rabbi Jacob, I've already informed you that you have a cult following out
Thank
there,
you
and you
very
know it. Toda Rabah. I hope you enjoyed the evening.
Of course, I know very well because 5 years ago we were invited with my group to make Yom Ha'atzmaut here with all my musicians, and we did that all the synagogue dance.
So you're the president.
Even the grand rabbin.
Yeah.
The chief rabbi.
began to
Chief rabbi was
dance,
dancing?
Yeah.
Well, Toda
And then
Rabah.
I have a very special attraction with the synagogue and with the French community.
And they could see all your videos online, Adama, right? Just look
Adama, yeah.
online and they could find
He
everything.
has a DVD available as well.
But you know what? I think that when I'm supposed to come in Chicago to
Right.
do
But it's
and
February. Tell Sebastian it's going to be very cold.
That's good. That's how we're going to keep him like
and
young, you know?
I must invite you to dance with me.
Oh,
And
I
will
hope
be
we can
very,
make it to
very
Chicago.
glad.
I hope.
And I will
if
be
we
ready.
made it to Paris, we might be able to make it to Chicago. And not as many advanced trips. Toda Rabah and Chag Chanukah
Thank you very
Sameach.
much. Thank you.
Sebastian,
Toda
thank
Rabah
you.
גם.
Thanks a lot.
גם לך.
A
Nahum,
pleasure to have you as a friend. Litraot. We'll
Thanks
see
a
each
lot.
other
See you soon.
Toda
Take
Rabah.
care.
Toda Rabah. Adama and Sebastian Ben Sidon, who is here in France and appreciates our Jewish Unity Initiative. And now we get to visit with people who take great pride. I said to President Joel of Yeshiva University minutes minutes after the performance ended tonight, I said to Midas, I am proud to be your student. You know that I credit Yeshiva University with almost everything in my career. And I'm proud, especially on a night like this, to have you here with me.
Well, I'm proud to be your student. I will say this was so good that I'm looking forward, Nachum, to you doing this in North Korea, in
Unity.
Sudan,
Real
in
unity.
Sudan. There's so many places that could use this, and I know this was very simple for you to pull off.
Yeah.
The truth is it was wonderful. I also want to say it's obviously a low-budget operation because I've been here for 18 hours and I haven't been given a glass of water. But it was,
I'm blaming our chairman for that.
Yes.
You know. That's why we have a chairman to blame things on.
Yeah, tell me when I get to do that.
We ran out of budget.
That was it.
I just do want to say this was an extraordinary evening. And it's an extraordinary evening. We shouldn't have to do extraordinary evenings to feel a sense of achdut, to feel a sense of oneness. And I think we all have a responsibility to figure out how to make our own music and how to make that music together. And of course, that's what I think the purpose of education is, and certainly education at Yeshiva University. But I think for all of us in the world, I had students come up to me tonight.
Literally
French
tonight.
students come up to me tonight.
I love that.
And so we are one people, Achenu Kol Beis Yisrael.
No question
And
about
you've
it.
made that point so eloquently,
I
with a lot of
appreciate
help from your chairman.
Mr. Robert Ben Rimon.
I've just been given a glass of water.
Baruch
I
Hashem.
can't thank
That's
you
as
enough.
far as we
I can't
go.
thank you enough.
That's as far as we go.
We walked into your office. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. We walked into your office, and I'm sure you've been approached by thousands of projects to be chairman. And we mentioned two things. We mentioned Jewish unity and how we felt because of where it's happening, it's perfect for you. After all, it's France. And you spoke beautifully in French tonight.
I tried.
And then we mentioned Yoram Gaon, and you agreed there's nobody who can be ma'ached the Jewish people around the world like Yoram Gaon.
Absolutely.
I hope we met your expectations.
I tell you, first of all, beside the people, when Simon and I came and we saw yesterday that synagogue, we said it is beautiful. However, we visited another synagogue across the street. It was magnificent, the stained glass and everything. But tonight, you turned this room to something out of this world. You could see the Shekhinah on the room. The light was all over. The atmosphere you created, and yesterday I mentioned, when you talk about, beauty, the light, the atmosphere, plus all the people that you could see, they were so appreciative, and everybody couldn't say enough thank you. They really felt unity. And as I mentioned, we are all like big light, as all the 8 candles will be together. We are much more stronger, and I believe that every light probably present another country in the world.
No
but
question.
what's basic, we're all Jews. If this guy eats croissant every morning, I eat a bagel every morning, but the davening is the same davening. It was so beautiful.
Maybe the 8 lights is 7 continents and 1 world.
One world.
Maybe that's what
Or
it is.
maybe Hashem is
or
one,
Hashem watching the 7
and 7 continents.
Or maybe it's a minion with 2 Jews having left.
That's awesome.
President Joel alluding to those who left early tonight to go have dinner, I guess.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, most of them, really, my gut feeling that I felt in the room, they do not want to leave France.
Right.
Like the Arab country, like Syria, like Morocco, like Tunis. They are really loving this country. They want to stay here.
And yesterday we were in the Jewish Quarter, and we made this point now many times in the last 2 days. People talk about the fact that we and others visit Israel every time there's even the smallest problem, which that should continue. They couldn't believe here that somebody would come to bring
All
a
the way.
message. Like, you're coming here to see us?
It's not Eretz HaKodesh.
Right. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe they were getting the same treatment as we give our brothers and sisters in Israel when there's difficult times.
But there's another message that's perhaps unique to us, which is that we get to be strong and proud citizens of La France at the same time as being Jews, because our Jewishness doesn't know boundaries.
That's right.
Someone once asked one of my revered teachers, Rabbi Israel Miller of blessed memory, if he's ever troubled by dual loyalty. And he said, not at all. He said, I love my mother and I love my wife. And I think Jews have an ability to do that.
You certainly do.
Yes.
I thank you both very, very much.
I thank you for the honor, Nachum, and I want to tell you really, Yishkoyach to you.
You bet.
By all means, you created something so special tonight, and I hope the entire world will follow up. Next time, maybe the Jews from Holland, from England, from all over, and you can start it as tradition. Who knows?
Bezrat Hashem.
And Bezrat Hashem, we should be strong together and super light.
Amen.
I think you and Miriam and your entire staff really were heroes in this, because the ulterior motive was the achdus of the Jewish people, and that's really special. Now, does anybody know if there's a restaurant?
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was our goal.
Without food.
That was our goal.
Chazaku Baruch.
Chazaku Baruch. Thank you, gentlemen. And I take this opportunity to thank the entire staff, everybody, and I won't single out those who are here, because everybody, so many people, have worked so hard behind the scenes to make this happen. And our families have not seen us during the holiday of Chanukah yet. That's going to change, Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow night. And they were watching with great pride as all this was going on. And I haven't even contacted them yet since the concert ended, because we walked straight in here to conduct these conversations. So a lot of people have sacrificed a lot of time and effort to be part of this. Someone, Phil Goldfeder, who was, I wish I could replay the conversation we had on the air when I first introduced you as somebody part of our United States delegation. You were brilliant that day. And I thank you for being here tonight. And I know that you were with Mr. Jules Gade, who clearly, through his statement that we read on the air, and if I had that in front of me right now, I would read it again. Clearly, he has taken, as a Parisian and somebody who spends the bulk of his time in the United States, great pride in what happened here tonight. You felt it was important, as a local member of government, to join us and display something internationally. What did you think of this evening?
I have never been prouder to be a part of the Jewish community like I felt tonight. That just the pride of unity of people from all over the world, literally all over the world, coming together for a very simple message. And it was, I took a point of personal pride, because every single day we try and keep unity in our own little communities.
That's not easy, right?
And trust me, as an elected official, it's near impossible. And what was accomplished tonight was truly, truly amazing. And I was honored to just be a part of it in a tiny, small way. And credit to you and your team for making it happen so successfully.
One of the moments that I'll never forget in this whole process is you walked over to us at the Ohel dinner. We were literally on the way to Paris. We went straight from that dinner to the airport. And the first thing out of your mouth was, I want to come join you. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second. You think this is important enough, especially with your local priorities? And you said, yeah, for one day, I want to be part of a delegation that's doing this and that's expressing this message to the world. We didn't just express this message to Paris. This has made an international impression. And I thank you for being part of it.
It's an honor. This is what we strive to do every single day in New York State, all over the country. We try to do things like this every single day. And again, the second I heard, I was eager to join. I obviously hadn't talked to my wife yet. But I was eager to join, and
that seems to be going around.
And it has proven it was the right decision. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I look forward to Mirz Hashem to the next time we can all get together and make a continued Kiddush Hashem.
Bezrat Hashem. And for those anxious to see you in Assembly District number
23,
I think Thursday they'll see you, right?
Thursday I'll be back.
Today they will see you.
Very soon I will be back doing the people's work.
Exactly. So thank you. Thank you, Assemblyman.
Thank you so much.
A pleasure. All right, can I have 1 minute for a quick song, and then we'll continue. More coming up. We have special guests in our studio here in Le Victoire, in the Great Synagogue of Paris, after an amazing Jewish Unity Initiative event starring Yehoram Gaon and the incredible roster of personnel, wonderful Jewish music people that made this city shine tonight. This is JM in the AM.
Chana leshabeach tikon betefilati v'sham toda nezabeach letachin
Celebrating Chanukah in Paris. JM and the AM after the big event. Sam Levy, what did you tell us months ago? You said it would be 100 times bigger than we thought, and tonight you told me it was 1,000 times bigger than we thought. Baruch Hashem. Sam and I had a discussion about 2 weeks ago whether the shul needs the lighting that it had tonight. Tonight he agreed with me that the lighting made it look spectacular. Baruch Hashem. Dr. Joe Rosazada, who has joined us on missions before the other parts of the world. He is from West Orange, New Jersey, and part of our United States delegation. Rabbi Sharbat, who is the assistant rabbi of a congregation of Avasach B'nai Jacob and David. It seems when we travel, you never know when Rabbi Sharbat's going to pop up. But he is here at the insistence of great people like Simon Jacob and Robert Ben Rimon. And Eitan is here. And remind me of Eitan's last name, please. What is it? El-Baziz. Eitan El-Baziz, who we know from West Orange as well. For sure. But he's originally from here.
Yeah.
From Paris. Did he take great pride tonight in what happened?
He did. He was tearing.
Baruch
He was
Hashem.
definitely tearing.
So, Dr. Rosazada, what do you think?
First, I want to tell you that there are 25,000 Jews in Iran. So your next thing, we got to go to Iran. I just want to make sure.
If
that
I
you
go, will you join me?
It's
a little
possible,
sticky,
if
huh? A
it's
little
possible, I
sticky
will.
situation for you
If
to join
it's possible, I will do it. I just want to make sure that you know.
But
that.
me, I should go.
I just want you to know there's 25,000 Jews there waiting for Nachum Segal to do this.
If I was in Iran and did a concert like this, would Mama watch from the house? Would she watch?
100.
She would definitely watch.
Mama, Zadie,
Baruch Hashem.
Lori, everybody will be there too.
Happy Chanukah to all of them.
Happy Hanukkah to all the
What did you
kids.
think of tonight?
It was literally amazing. You know, Yosef had a dream. We're talking about Yosef this week and all that stuff. And with the, you know, like he had to go through struggles to get to bring his whole family together and as a unity. And I feel that that's the same way. It's like, it's coincidence that, you know, with all the partial now, this week, last week, and
Yosef Atzadik.
it's all about Yosef Atzadik. And you have to think about that. The unity that you brought into this, from French people, in France, in Israel, and America together. It's the same thing that, honestly, you think about it, Yosef had to go through all this stuff to bring Yaakov and all his family into unity together. And
Simon, join us, please. Please bring a chair up here
I
and join
feel
us.
like, you know, that was you. I'm comparing it to Yosef Sadik.
Wow.
I really am.
Wow.
So amazing, really. And you understand, like, I'm looking around the room, amazed by the people. So many people are crying. So many people are touched. So many people are telling me, "Oh, are we doing this again next week?" Right? Did not somebody come over to you and say, "Can we do this again next week?"
Yeah.
So you have definitely put something in their hearts
I
of the
thank
Jews
you.
of Paris.
You know, the Rabbi Sharbat, I keep emphasizing that this has made an international impression. The event is wonderful, but this whole campaign to simplistically state that when Jews are in pain, their brothers and sisters care, it has made an international impression. The press was like, they were amazed by all this. Like, what? That's the message? That's what we should be promoting? I said, yes, that is exactly what you should be promoting.
As I said to you, you know, it sounds like just a simple message, but it's so important. And we're lighting the Hanukkah candles in the beginning of Parsha Ba'alotcha. Rashi famously writes that the flames all went towards the middle flame. And here we all came from different places for one concept and one concept alone. And that is we're all serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we all want to make sure that everyone together is able to have that feeling of Achdut and unity. You know, there are people who are waiting online just to say thank you to you afterwards. They will never see you again maybe, and who knows if they'll ever meet you again. But they have such the tears in their eyes, and they realize that they are not alone. It really was.
By the way, that reminds me. An American delegation, all of us, I believe, are leaving at some point tomorrow. We have so many invitations to embassies and offices and meetings. Robert, we could sit here through next week with all the invitations we got tonight that we should come visit. But unfortunately, that's going to have to... Sebastian, that'll wait till next trip, right? Next trip, we'll do the tour. We'll do the tour and go around to all the different offices and all the different Israeli offices that are here. All around the city. Bezrat Hashem.
But it's so important. I mean, some of us are here for 25 hours, literally.
I know.
We landed today, and we're leaving tomorrow morning.
And we start the license.
And we didn't even get to go with the restaurants. I can't believe it.
Don't worry, the night's still young.
The night is still young.
We had shawarma in Paris.
We're going to have shawarma at 2 o'clock in the morning.
What do you think we had yesterday? Falafel in the middle of Paris. Simon Jacob, who is really going to resent what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. When we introduce this concept to you, that our initiative has to go beyond New York, New Jersey, and Israel. And of course, you know that the first major step was last year in Houston. When we introduced this to you, we introduced it to you as a get up and go initiative. That if we feel the need, Nachum Segal and his staff feels the need to get up and express something to people somewhere else, you said get up and go. And that's why I say, and I told everybody, you're number one on this list. You're the first person to encourage us to do this, and I can't thank you enough.
I actually didn't sit down on the ground level.
Right.
I went up into the balconies.
Right.
And the
And
reason
there are
I went up
three
into the
balconies.
there were 3 balconies, and I was climbing up and down into the balconies. And a few people know that I have a bum hip at the moment, but it was spectacular. It was totally awesome. I wanted to be up there with the people. I wanted to be able to see the people's faces. They were cheering. I was crying. It was like unbelievable. I could barely get through. I was trying to sing Hatikva, and with all the people around me, it was just unbelievably beautiful to watch. There were so many people. The shul, which is enormous, was packed
And the
to the
standing
ceiling.
room. There's
Packed
so
to
much
the
standing room in the hallways and in the sides.
To the
and nobody seemed to mind that they were
and it was-
standing there.
And everybody was standing and singing and dancing, and it was beautiful. It was an amazing experience. So that was really special, especially to do this in Paris, especially to do this on Hanukkah. Charlie Harari gave a little drasha on Hanukkah, and he talked about why in the world don't we celebrate Hanukkah with swords? Why do we celebrate with lights? This was a tiny
Right.
little
And
deal.
it was a big military
It was,
victory.
the military victory went on, and we won, and it was huge. And the menorah was 8 days. So what was the big deal with the menorah? And his comment was that that's not how Jews celebrate. We don't celebrate with swords. We celebrate with light.
Yeah.
And giving light to people. And this was absolutely the definitive use of that light.
I want to
It was
thank my
spectacular.
friends from West Orange, New Jersey, Rabbi Sharbat, Simon.
Wow.
I am really, really blessed to be around these people from West
I
Orange. They're
agree.
unbelievable.
I've told you that a million times.
Unbelievable.
Dr. Joe Rosazada, stay here. Please stay here and until we end, if you can. Ohad is here.
Wow.
I introduced Ohad and said,
"Wow, you were amazing."
Thank you.
You were
Thank you.
Ohad.
Thank you very much.
David Fadida is here. David Fadida is sitting next to Ohad.
Hey,
people
Nachum.
want to know why the synagogue looked as spectacular as it did tonight. It is because of David Fadida and his crew that turned this synagogue into one of the most remarkable places to present a concert. I can't thank both of you enough. I said on stage that you were there from the very beginning, Ohad.
Right.
Maybe even before David. You were there from the very beginning, knowing that this was something extra special. You understood what was going on in Europe. You understood the type of message that was needed here, and we didn't even have the major attack of November 13th at that point. You understood it just within the context of the year.
And by the way, I remember your phone call. I was in America. That Motzei Shabbos, you called me and says,
Right.
"Are we canceling?" And I told you, no. The Jews in Europe, they will want to come to a show like
Correct.
that because they feel they need to show the world that they're strong, and that's why you remember that.
I
told you,
remember.
and,
And
you,
everybody
and you were skeptic. You
I'm
said, "Are you
skeptic.
sure? Are you
Until
sure?"
that point, the entire Shabbat and after Shabbat, we were assuming it would be canceled. And then you told us, no, we move forward. Am Yisrael Chai and the Jews of Paris are going to persevere.
Exactly, and you saw what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to Paris many times. I never saw something like that, like tonight. That was really something unreal.
It was incredible. And just before we move on with more of this discussion, I want to thank somebody who has become a very, very fast friend of ours, Rav Sabag, who is the rabbi of La Victoire, the rabbi of the Great Synagogue.
Thank you, Rav Sabag.
Kol hakavod to you, Rav Sabag. Kol hakavod to you. David Fadida, shalom.
Shalom,
You-
shalom,
shalom
Nachum.
to you, Mr. Make Fun of My American Accent. We're in Paris, or on even ground. You were the only name not mentioned from the stage tonight that should have been mentioned. We mentioned Gershon Freistadt and the incredible orchestra, and of course you're behind that, and all these incredible stars, you're behind them. But you deserve to be mentioned there and of course here. It was a production that is simply remarkable. Israeli television will have it on the air, right? They will show it on Israeli television.
It's Channel 20, yes.
On Channel 20. And I know, just from my sources, how many people were watching this live and how many people are commenting from different countries. You know how many people sent me emails that they're looking at comments on the internet from Brazil and from Europe and from the United States and Israel, all these different places? It's just incredible. So a big thank you to everybody who covered it and carried it and took pride in carrying it. And you said to me early on, if it's about Achdut,
yes,
if it's about Jewish unity,
yes,
and we're sincere about it, this is going to work. And Baruch Hashem it worked.
ברוך השם, אני אגיד בעברית, בתחילה, שלפני שנה עשינו בישראל את הקונצרט הגדול הראשון של אחדות בישראל, שזה היה בכיכר רבין, in Rabin Square, והיה singers religious ו-singers
secular.
Yeah, והיה לזה הצלחה מאוד גדולה. No politics, only music, אחדות. 100,000 people in Rabin Square.
This was after the kidnapping.
Yes. And after you called to Oad and to me to make like this in Paris, and you tell me את המילה אחדות, I said yes. לא מעניין אותי כלום, אני רוצה לעשות את זה. ובאמת, היום בלילה אנחנו ראינו פה את האחדות שהיה, את כל הסוגים של האנשים של צרפת היו פה. גם כן religious או לא religious, גם המוזיקה היה אוהד שר, גם ברכת הבנים.
נכון.
וגם סלין דיון. רק לא שר שלמה ארצי, אבל היה פה את יורם גאון. ולדבר אחד לסיום, אני לא חושב, זה אוהד יתרגם אותי לאנגלית, אני לא חושב שאי פעם בחיים של הקריירה של יורם גאון ל-60 שנה, הוא זכה שהיה לו כזה MC שהעלה אותו לבמה. Ladies and gentlemen, Yoram Gaon!
I think he wants to hire you permanently.
Now, is he making fun of me or is he serious?
No, listen, we grew up on you. Don't forget. It's like from the old Hask concert, it's like, for me as a kid, you know, when I just started, I remember, ladies and gentlemen, Mordechai, I remember that. And the first time, my first Hask show, many years ago, when you invited me on stage, that was a dream come true.
Gershon Freistadt told me, I don't need money, I don't need anything. Only Nachum Segal, like, Gershon Freistadt. Okay.
Gentlemen,
thank you, Nachum.
A dream come true.
Yeah.
Toda rabba.
And your French is very good.
Isn't it good?
Yes.
The 2 words I said tonight worked pretty
good.
well. They worked pretty well.
It's good.
I thank you.
It's good.
Ohad, toda rabba.
Thank you,
David,
Nachum.
toda
Thank you,
rabba.
Nachum.
Toda rabba.
Thank you.
Ohad, David Fadida, this is JM in the AM.
The scene was set back when a group of fearless men stood up for their beliefs and risked their lives. They acted with one voice and firmly made a choice, this nation be ensured that it survived. Their prayers were answered each day, their minds fixed on their destination. With victory they made their way, no longer deprived. At last they arrived to a miracle lasting for all generations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Light up the night, the candles burning bright on the festival of lights here on Hanukkah. Our nation as a whole can reach a common goal with the fire in our souls, the light of Hanukkah.
A daunting task, one that we cannot mask, a danger just as real as it was then. Let's stand with open eyes to hear our brothers' cries, and courage now is needed once again. Let's carry our banner with pride for this freedom, how long we have waited. With undone. Just think of the wonders that can be created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Light up the nights, the candles burning bright on the festival of lights here on Hanukkah. We answer to one name, our heritage is same. The power of the flames will light up Hanukkah. Light up the nights, the candles burning bright on the festival of lights here on Hanukkah.
Our nation as a whole can reach a common goal with the fire in our souls, the light of Hanukkah.
Light up the nights, the candles burning bright on the festival of lights here on Hanukkah.
Our nation as a whole can reach a common goal with the fire in our souls, the light of Hanukkah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Light up the nights.
JM in the AM post-concert. We have two of the stars of tonight. David Fadida, tell...
Surprise for you.
עוד פעם, מה?
I have surprise for you.
כן.
Itzik Dadia, in Uzia Tzadok, wants to make something for you.
בבקשה. איציק דדיה, עוזיה צדוק.
הנשמה לך והגוף בא לך חוסה על המלאך הנשמה לך נשמה לך והגוף בא לך חוסה על המלאך
Thank you, good night.
תודה רבה. תודה רבה.
After 12 hours, rehearsals and show.
And they're still good, huh? Itzik Dadya, Uzia Tzadok. תודה רבה. תודה רבה. Gershon Freistadt, join me, please. Give Gershon Freistadt a microphone, please. Gershon Freistadt led an incredible symphonic orchestra here tonight. A pleasure to speak to you after a very long day, after a very long week, and for you, what was really a long few weeks preparing for tonight's event. Toda Rabah.
Thank you, Nachum. This was an experience once of a lifetime, just walking in and seeing the shul, and till you understand what you're doing and what you're seeing, and then this was just, I'm speechless.
Had you been in here before or not?
No.
This was your first
my
trip?
first time. This is my first time.
There is something about that shul in general, and then the way it was dressed up tonight made it even more modern and spectacular. It was just an incredible venue. You've done a lot of shows. There's a lot of unique shows out there. This one, I think, was something
This
very
is something that will take me a while to,
to take in.
I can't. I'm speechless. This was just.
You know, it seemed to us, by the way, that the orchestra worked flawlessly today.
Well, there was a lot of work put into. We chose musicians, one at a time. We actually brought in one of the string guys from London who's going to run the string section, and I had my flute player Avrami Bash, my coworker from Israel, come in to lead that side of the band.
I knew he looked familiar.
And putting it all together. Yeah, we rehearsed in Israel with local musicians from there for that, and then yesterday and today. And
was there a moment? Was it Kol Alam Kula? Was it Hatikva? Was it Maoz Sur? Was there a moment for you that symbolized?
I actually felt Madua. Ohad
Madua.
Madua. Yeah, that's where I felt where I was having a hard time playing, because I was looking at the people and with the lighting and the screens, and it was just unbelievable.
Gershon Freistadt, thank you.
Thank
Kol
you,
HaKavod
Nachum.
and happy Chanukah.
Thank you. Happy Hanukkah.
All right, more coming up. You are listening to JM in the AM. We are post-concert. We have delivered a very important message through these radio programs and through the event that so many of you watched online. And that is that if Jewish communities around the world anywhere are in a challenging situation, we as Jews will respond. We will show care and concern. Here is Ohad with that song at JM in the AM.
צדיקתו השם כי אוהב מלכו אך משפוטים אתה באויסוך מדוע דרך רשועים צולחו שולו כל בוגדי בוגד ריבו הינוי שלו הילום מדוע צדיקתו השם כי אוהב מלכו אך משפוטים אתה באויסוך מדוע דרך רשועים צולחו שונו כל בוגדי בוגד ריבוי נוי שלו אילום מדוע איש בר לא ידו תחזין לא יובינס זוית עננו אשר עננו אובינו עננו איש בר לא ידו וכסין לא יובינס זוית עננו אשר עננו אובינו עננו מדוע חמוין לא לכו מדוע השם ממה מקים קרוסיכו מדוע עתיקת השם כי אורי ילכו אך משפוטי אתה באויסו מדוע דרך השועים צולחו שונו כל בוגדי בוגד אוי ריבוינוי שלא ילום
There he is. It was one of the songs of the night, that's for sure. It's Ohad with Madua here at JM in the AM. I've said this more than once over the last couple of days and really over the last couple of weeks. The person who was the first person to not only embrace this idea but help us tremendously in speaking to the consistoire and dealing with Paris, France, is Sam Levy. Sam, everybody should go buy Snackettes today because you sacrificed a day to be here with us. Oh, slicha, Rega, go ahead.
Thank you very much. You know, I have dual citizenship. I'm
Right.
French and I'm American. And today I'm proud. I'm proud to be French and I'm proud to be American for this night. It was just magnificent. It was, I think, an historical night. And people will remember this forever here and everywhere in the world. And to see even the families of Hyper Kasher coming to you, coming to us and thanking us, the message went through, and I think that was important
Thank
for
you,
all
Sam.
of us. And the Ardut was here.
Yeah, Achdut was here. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you very
God
much.
bless you. Everybody say L'chaim with a bag of Snackettes today,
L'chaim.
please. I'm begging you. Mark Zamek, Miriam L. Wallach, I'll thank you, and I'll thank the team here in Paris, including Jamie Turkel and Yoni Pollock. I thank... we can't go through the whole network. The network, thank God, has become so large, but...
Can we thank you?
We got to thank Matis Weingast.
Can we thank you?
We got to thank Yigal Siegel.
Am I going to do this?
And there are a lot of other people that we
A
have
lot
to
of
thank.
people thanked him before, by the way.
They did?
They did.
Don't I get to do it? Don't I get to have the last word? Oh, it's your show. Sorry, my
Coming
bad.
up today.
You do have the last word at 10:30.
Coming up today on jmnam.org and on the NSN app, a full day of great original programming. Charlie Harari will be coming up next, and Spin Class with Bill O'Reilly of the November team, a guest of Michael Fraken, will also speak with Dr. Israel Singer. And more great programming, including Allison Joseph's Jew in the City. That's Life with Miriam L. Wallach, all about this trip. At 11 o'clock, someone's going to be sitting in for me during the live lunch, I pray.
Avrami.
Because I'll be in the air. This has been a long process. Maybe only Sam can sympathize with us because he's been there from day one. It's been a long process. And how this dream came true, I'm not quite sure, but it came true. And a lot of hard work went into it. As you heard, I think we've gotten to almost every team member, not just associated with us in our network, but those who were really helpful. I'll take this opportunity to thank Yochi Briskman. It was his idea to do the concert in this
Absolutely.
beautiful, great synagogue.
Absolutely.
I want to thank Aaron Teitelbaum and
Yep.
Yisrael Lamb, who had their support behind this early on. And at one point, we thought they might actually be here with us, but they weren't able to. And it's made an international impression. And what more could you ask for? People around the world are embracing this concept. And by the reaction of people who were in this shul tonight, and maybe there were close to 3,000 people in this shul tonight. That's what Sam had mentioned to me. It's obvious that they've embraced this concept and are very proud of what we did here this evening. It's also a unique opportunity to have the time on the air to spend weeks talking about this, because we have a unique forum, a forum that's incredibly personal for so many people. Everyone who listens in thinks we're speaking directly to them and only to them, which is the way radio is. And we had time. We had time, as little time as we had. We had time, nonetheless, to pound, as the kids would say these days, to pound this concept away and to really get everybody on board with our simple declaration. So Mark Zamek and Miriam L. Wallach, I turn the floor over to you for the last couple of minutes. I'm out of things to say. I'm already starting to think about what to ask regarding world events on Friday morning show.
It's a bad moment and bad for business when you stop coming up with things to say. You know that, right?
I say I'm speechless very often. I hardly mean it, but this time I just think I've hit the time when, yeah, Mark.
I found myself moving around trying to take pictures, and at one point I'm conscious of blocking the people behind me. So I sat down on the floor about 3 rows behind
I
the
know where this
stage.
ends.
And no, at one point it was funny because Claudine.
Because you were on camera.
Right. And people are texting
right,
you.
Yeah. But at one point, Claudine, I didn't realize, and why even she was telling me, she was in a panic because Ohad, for his Bowie Kala
that's
song,
right.
which was really apropos.
That was great.
Walked up the aisle in which I was sitting.
Right.
And she Claudine grabbed me by the neck, right, 30 seconds
Like Ohad's
before.
about to trip on you.
Exactly. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, as soon as we saw Ohad coming down, I turned to Jamie. I'm like, you don't think Mark's still sitting on the floor, do you?
I was close. I was there. But I will say, and it wasn't that song, ironically, because of Bowie Kala. It was the next song that I cried. So it really was just such an inspirational. I'm going to post pictures. I took 400 pictures during the concert. It's a breathtaking room, and you were right about the lights. The lights just, and your view, you didn't have the best seat, right? Because you're so close to the action.
Poor guy didn't have the best seat in the house.
Unbelievable. But it was great that you and certainly Miriam, got to sit there and enjoy it with the rest of the audience. It really was just. The reason why you have no words is because there are no words.
Well, that thud in the background was quite dramatic. But
I think there'll be a lot of that as they take the shul apart now.
Right, I was going to say, they'll probably clean up before we do, knowing these
They absolutely will. But I will take this moment on behalf of our audience and everyone who was able to participate in this, and on behalf of our team, to thank you for being our leader, for having the vision, and being the person that we can all stand behind. And I mean that both literally and figuratively.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. This will be talked about for a long time.
Great way to spend a vacation.
I said to you early this morning, I felt I had to pull you aside and just express what kind of sacrifice you make for us. Some people know it. I know it better than anybody. Thank you, Mark.
It's all good.
Achenu b'Yisrael and achnu machem, our brothers and sisters in Israel, and in this case we mean the entire people of Israel. We are with you. This is America's one and only Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program, heard on listeners-sponsored WFMU East Orange, WMFU Mount Hope, Rockland County at 91.9 on the FM dial, broadcasting live
Simcha Sasson room.
from the Sasson the Simcha room in La Victoire, in the Great Synagogue of Paris, and around the world on the web, jmnam.org, and on the NSN app. And we should play the appropriate song to wrap up, which is what we always do every single day. And that is, of course, the Hatikva. Thank you, everybody. It's been an amazing experience. Thank you, Paris, for welcoming us the way you did. We were wondering what the welcome would be like, and it was remarkable. Thank you, thank you. Tomorrow, believe it or not, back in studio in Jersey City, Malcolm Homeline in the Weekly Update, and a whole bunch of other things that we do on a Friday morning broadcast at JM in the AM. To all of our families, thank you. And to Stacy Siegel, as I've said on more than one occasion, it is all because of you. Tomorrow we're back starting at 6 a.m. Enjoy your Thursday. Happy Chanukah, Chag Urim Sameach, and a Freilich and Chanukah. Till then, Nachum Siegel reminding you, remember the past, live the present, and trust the future.